Hi everyone, welcome back to Three Kids in a Home. I am Tiffany and I am starting with getting my main floor of my home decorated. So I'm in my dining room in Entryway today. It's the first space you see when you walk into the home, so I want to make sure it's warm and inviting for the holiday season. I have my 2 flock trees up. If you watched my channel last year, you know I love to do double trees in this room just because there are 2 windows. I found this beautiful ribbon from Michael's. I have a green and gold, and then I also have this chocolate. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but we're gonna see how everything works out in the end. I knew that I wanted to create a cascading look for the ribbon, so I'm just playing around with it a little bit, doing some tucking and twirling. I've learned that I actually like to put my ribbon on last after all of the ornaments go on, so this is actually going to change quite a bit before the end of the video is over. But that's the wonderful thing about decorating. You can experiment, you can play around with things until you get it looking just the way that you want. For my topper, I did clip on some of the poinsettia clips that you saw from my Christmas haul video. Make sure you go and check that out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some throughout the tree. Now, I did buy a few new pieces that you saw from my video, but I'm also going to be mixing in some old pieces as well to make sure that I get it nice and full. I'm going through my old ornaments just to grab some pieces that will help to fill in the gaps and make the tree look more full. If you are visiting for the first time, hi and welcome. I am Tiffany, and on this channel I love to do home decorating, cleaning, DIY, and organization. My husband and I share 3 young children and a dog, so while we like to keep things beautiful, we like to keep things simple, livable, and enjoyable. So by the time this video is over with, if you like what you see, please check out some of my other videos and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here. And for those of you coming back, I hope that everyone is well. Happy holidays to you all. I'm so excited. Christmas decorating is something that I absolutely enjoy doing, so thank you all so much for being here. So once I was done putting the ornaments on, I decided that I did want to add more ribbon to give it more of a waterfall effect. So that's what you'll see me doing here. And this is why I said I figured out that I actually like to add the ribbon on last. For me, putting it on last just makes it easier to let the ribbon fall into place and do its own thing around the ornaments. Once I finished adding the chocolate ribbon, I then went and cut the green and gold ribbon in about 6 to 8 inch strips, and then just went and tucked them in the tree so that they would appear to be floating out of the tree. For these twin trees in my dining room, I always like to make them similar but just a little bit different. So for my second tree, I'm changing up the tree topper by adding in these beautiful picks that I picked up from Kirkland's. Here we are the next day, and here is behind the scenes footage of what my house looks like when I am trying to transition in between seasons. It's actually not that bad right now because I've been organizing and putting things away once I decide that I'm not going to be using it this year. I'm getting ready to start decorating the entryway. I've already cleared everything out of the space and cleaned it up. I always like to start from a fresh clean slate before I switch out any sort of decor. Again, I'm mixing in old with the new, so shopping my home, I'm starting with this beautiful pick that I've had in my collection for years. I really wanted to make sure that I added a lot of greenery in my home this year. This deer also functioned as a candle holder, and I picked this up from Target. Let me know if you can remember where I used this Christmas Village home last year in my Christmas decorating. Because of how our door opens into our entryway, we don't use an entryway table because it would be awkward being behind the door. But this bench has been a wonderful alternative to making this space feel warm and inviting when guests come to our home. In my Christmas decor haul video, I told you all that I wasn't sure how I was going to be using some of the pieces, but this sign that I picked up from Michael's seemed like it would be the perfect addition to this door, as the blue behind it makes the words really stand out and pop, and I don't have to worry about it doing a whole bunch of rocking and scratching up the door. For hanging my seasonal decor, I am really in love with command hooks. I don't like to use the Velcro ones. I haven't had very much success when it comes to using those. I just use those plain ones that you just stick to the wall and put the hook on them, and they have worked fine for me over the years. For my stairway, I did want to add a little bit of seasonal decor, so I'm keeping it super simple and just adding in these picks to the top of my mirrors. If you haven't seen the video where I added these $5 Target mirrors, make sure you go and check that out. I didn't want to do anything to overwhelm this space, and so these mirrors were perfect to give it a little bit of pizzazz. I am super excited about this little area over here by my steps. I wanted to do something a little different this year, so I found these light up letters from Amazon, and I'm adding in this wreath to spell out the word joy. How cute is this, you all? It's super simple. These letters do come with a remote so that you can turn them on and off. You can adjust the brightness as well as set them on a timer, and you can do so many different things with these letters. I'll make sure I leave a link in the description below. I'm going to be circling back to my entryway, but for now I'm moving back into my dining room to get some decorating done in here. Now, just to show you how versatile things can be with just using what you already have, if you remember, this runner was something that I used in my fall decor this year. I even used the vase and the candle holders in my fall decor. The only thing I'm changing out is just the candles and the florals. This vase was over on the other wall in my dining room, and again, the only thing I'm doing is just moving it and changing out the florals for this beautiful Christmas look. And here is the rest of my Christmas village. Has anyone been able to recall where I used my Christmas village in my decor last year? I will also be adding some garland to this space a little bit later in the video, but for now I'm so glad that I was able to figure out where to use these peace and bright signs in this space. I told you I wasn't sure where I was going to put it in my Christmas decor haul video, and it just adds the perfect touch to these lamps. The simple and smallest things can really go a long way in adding some Christmas magic. So these were ornaments that were actually used in the dining room trees, and I'm just going to hang these on the corners of the mirrors to dress them up a little bit. This little corner by the front door is always one of my biggest pains. I'm never really sure what to do with it, so I'm always playing around with the space. This year, I really wanted it to look magical when you walk through the front door. I felt like something was missing every time I looked at the corner. I tried a vase, but it just didn't seem like it was giving me the feels that I wanted. So I ran upstairs, grabbed this pencil tree, placed it right here, and it fit perfectly. I really didn't want to add in a bunch of decorations to this tree because I didn't want to overwhelm the space, and this tree is beautiful on its own. So I'm adding in this blanket that I found around my home just to give it that cozy and warm feeling. And then I'm also going to be adding in some light up Christmas boxes that I picked up from Kirkland's. You saw these in my Christmas decor haul video. These bells are the only thing that I'm going to be adding to this tree to give it a little bit more character, and then this thing is beautiful just as it is. Back over to my steps, I'm just going to be adding in this garland. It has these beautiful white berries and a very light coat of flock just to give it that wintry feel when you walk into the house. The garland did not come with lights, so I went into my inventory and found these battery operated lights that I'd ordered from Amazon a few years ago. I love these so much. They come in 9 different modes, and I have so many of them because I use them all over the place. And lastly, for my dining room and entryway, I'm adding in some garland to add some more greenery to this space. But that is going to be everything for the dining room and entryway, but it is certainly not the last Christmas decor video. You all make sure that you come back on Wednesday because we've also got to get the living room and the kitchen decorated. I was really on a mission with my Christmas decorating this year and determined to get it all done in one weekend, and that is essentially what I did, you all. I got all of my Christmas decorating done. If you all like what you see, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at 3 Kids in a Home, so if you're on any of those platforms, make sure you go and check me out. Keep watching to see how everything comes together, and make sure you come back during Vlogmas where I'll be giving a Christmas evening tour of my home. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. Be blessed.